Mallorca, undoubtedly the most popular holiday island in the Mediterranean. Each year, millions of tourists descend on Mallorca to enjoy the perfect Mediterranean climate and savour some of the most beautiful mountain scenery and breathtaking coastal views. In stark contrast to this magnificent scenery are resorts with ranks of high-rise hotels and apartment blocks, standing shoulder to shoulder. So, welcome to Mallorca. Mallorca is the largest of the Balearic Islands, being approximately 100 kilometers east to west and 75 kilometers north to south, with a population of approximately 530,000, two-thirds of which live in the capital of Palma. It is easily possible on this compact island to go from lazing on the beach to a hike in the dramatic mountain scenery to the beach again, all in the same day. The Balearic Islands are a true melting pot of Mediterranean civilizations, with cultural layers of the average islander going back to Muslims, Romans, Carthaginians, Greeks and Phoenicians, although the earliest signs of human habitation dates from 4000 to 3000 BC. It was, as with most of the Mediterranean lands, the Roman civilization which was to leave a lasting impression on Mallorca, as it did with the rest of Spain, which is incidentally only second to Italy in its wealth of Roman remains. It was indeed the Romans who founded the city of Palma, before the Moors, who had already invaded mainland Spain, finally arrived on the island in AD 903. The most recent invasion of the Balearics began in the latter half of the 20th century, when, from the 1950s onwards, aided by the age of mass travel and communications, tourists began to arrive, transforming some of the sleepy fishing villages into bustling high-rise resorts teeming with beach life and nightlife. Mallorcans are an individual people that have a strong sense of their own identity, which they're very proud of. Hard-working and practical, it was once written, "Here children work like women, women work like men, and men work like titans." In one important respect, Mallorcans are very like mainland Spaniards. They're open, friendly and curious about their guests, and easy to strike up an acquaintance with. Palma de Mallorca is both the capital of Mallorca and the Balearic group of islands. It is the administrative and bureaucratic centre for the whole archipelago. Overlooked by the magnificent Gothic cathedral, the Bay of Palma plays host to ships of all shapes and sizes from around the world. The city has always been a Mediterranean crossroads and important trading centre. And through its colourful history, Palma has earned its reputation as one of the most bustling and cosmopolitan cities in the Mediterranean. It is made up of three main areas. The old quarter, centred around the cathedral, and was a walled city until the end of the 19th century. Then there is the modern sector, with high-class shops, hotels and restaurants, which stretch out westwards along the bay. And the third area is the harbour itself, surrounded by its beautiful palm-fringed promenade. The Bay of Palma, incidentally, is reputed to contain the highest concentration of yachts and cruisers than anywhere else in the Mediterranean. Legend has it that during a terrible storm off the coast of Mallorca in 1229, King Jaime I swore that if he survived this ordeal, he would build a magnificent church dedicated to St. Mary. He survived and his promise was kept, and over 75,000 square feet of land was donated for this purpose. The foundation stone of Palma Cathedral was laid in 1230, although the building was not completed until 1601, nearly 400 years of construction. In the sacristy, the cathedral treasures include hand-painted manuscripts, a jewel-studded crucifix, and bone fragments said to come from the skeletons of saints. The Palazzo Almadano was once the residence to the Moorish kings, and after the Reconquest was rebuilt and used by the kings of Majorca. In 1963, the building was restored according to the original plans, and now serves as both a museum and the Naval Command headquarters. Palma is a large, sophisticated and cosmopolitan city containing both a historical and economical centre for the island. Maiorca is famous for its caves, and it's around the east coast that some of the finest examples of subterranean spectacles exist, such as the Cavos de Hams, Cavos el Drac and Cavos de Alta, with its dramatic entrance. There are enough stalagmites and stalactites and endless strange formations here to entrance and fascinate. Puerto de Alcudia is a slow-paced harbour town, as Mallorcan as you can find. About 3 kilometres inland and circled by an impressive fortified wall dating from medieval times is the port's twin town of Alcudia. Like many island towns, Alcudia is built several miles inland as a trade outlet from the port, offering a certain amount of protection from pirates and buccaneers who scoured these coastlines. Port d'Alcudia is a brash resort, 99% brand new, consisting of hundreds of souvenir shops, cafeterias, hotels, apartments and discos, plus a very well kept beach. The town is built on the site of Roman Pollentia. The impressive restored walls were originally constructed in the 14th and 16th centuries. You're never far from typical Spanish souvenirs when walking in any of the resorts. However, Mallorca is famous for its leather goods and artificial pearls, and a trip inland to Inca for leather, footwear and suede goods direct from the factory is well worth the effort. The manufacturers are happy to invite visitors into the factories to show how the clothing is made. Also inland is Mallorca's second city, Manacor, traditionally a centre for crafts and craftsmen, and of course the world-famous artificial pearl factories. Made from a nucleus with the same specific weight as real pearls, coated with exact colourings, and so scientifically made that not even experts can tell the difference until they feel the different texture. Market days are a must for the locals and a worthwhile experience for visitors. You can stock up on the freshest of local produce and get an insight into everyday Majorcan life thrown in. With markets all over the island, it was worth reserving some time to visit some of the larger ones, especially in Palma and Inca. Although originating from mainland Spain around the area of Andalusia and not traditionally Mallorcan, Spanish flamenco music and dancing is popular across the island, with many of the larger hotels and tourist venues featuring this distinctive and popular display. In the evenings, the promenade of Palma takes on a calm all of its own, with the streets coming alive with cafes, bars and strollers, as well as some of the locals enjoying more energetic pastimes. What certainly must be the noisiest resort of all is the neon city of Magaluf.